In response to Tony Alvarado of Sago Home Loans, who I invited, his little dig on who listens to AM radio. I said, AM radio might not be big in Arizona, but it's very big in the third largest medium market in the nation on a 100-year-old 50,000-watt Clear Channel legacy radio station. I said a simple mic drop. Well, no, it gets better. I said a simple Google search would have informed you. I'm not a pay-to-play mortgage broker who purchases time to host a radio show with no audience. Imagine having a 3-hour show that averages 33,852 online listeners. I don't have to because that's what our numbers are every single month. That's my phone drop.
Okay,
so let's address with Tony Alvarado.
Yeah, let's figure this out.
He calls this borrower, we'll say Mr. and Mrs. Barney and Betty Rubble of Bedrock. Okay, that's how you get around it, Tony. Okay? They got 2 kids. They make 135 G's. Okay? Betty's got some credit challenges. We're in the process of enhancing Betty's credit.
Yep.
So she could get a lower rate. She's at 7.875 with her husband, Barney. Okay, Tony Alvarado. Okay? So they get this offer to reduce their mortgage payment, principal and interest, from $31.65 down to $22.97.
Wow, sounds amazing.
Wow!
Yeah, that sounds so
That's
good.
the first year of the loan. The second year of the loan is going to go from $31.61. Sorry, you know, a numbers guy.
That's what I do.
The second year, it's going to go down to $25.76. Wow.
Okay.
It's called the 2-1 buy down.
This is the 2-1 buy. Wait, you can do this on a refinance?
You can do it on a refinance.
Wow.
You know why it doesn't? Know how it doesn't make sense on a refinance?
Because who's covering that money?
Bingo.
Okay, I just like
bingo.
The
bingo.
seller. Okay, we learned about 2-1 buy downs.
We do 1-0 buy downs on refinances all the time. Guess who funds the buy down funds?
We
borrower.
do.
Through our premium. We could use our premium to fund the buy-down funds. I digress. Let's get back to Tony Alvarado.
Cool.
Down in Arizona doesn't think anybody listens to the show.
Sure.
Other than the 30,000 people we start every week.
Got it.
So that's a 2-1 buy-down. The first year, it's 4.375. The second year is 5.375. The third through 30 years is going to be at 6.375. Sounds like a great deal. Challenges, Mr. and Mrs. Barney Rubble over here from Bedrock. Their loan amount right now is $427,000.
Okay.
In order to pay for those buy-down funds, they have to add $10,400 to their loan amount. So they're paying for it.
They're prepaying their lower rate.
Correct. They're taking their loan amount down, taking their loan amount from $427,000 up to $440,000. I've got the paperwork.
Do they got an extra $10,000 laying around?
No, it's built into the loan. So this guy, Tony Alvarado, okay, of Sago Home Loans down in Arizona, is selling the payment, which I don't sell the payment. I sell the monthly payment. I don't sell the rate.
Of course.
So this guy's jacking their loan amount up from $427,000 to $440,000.
Got it.
Okay, so year 3 through 30, this borrower would only save $293. But they're adding over $33,000.
Okay, so if I understand it correctly, it gives them a little bit like breathing room, right? So let's say you have a listener that's challenged right now making their monthly mortgage payment. Yep. This just buys me a little bit of get out of jail free card.
And it costs you I can't say that
a ton of money.
A ton of money. I'll get canceled if I say that S word. In a downwardly mobile market where we're at right now, the listener who we stopped from doing this loan, who I invited, Tony Alvarado from Sago Home, 312-981-7200.
Yeah,
Tony.
call us, Tony.
Phone works down in Arizona, 312-981-7200. This is the crap that's going on. And I'll tell you one. Remember a couple 3 weeks ago?
I do.
A couple 3 weeks ago, one of our listeners sent in, look at what I just got in the mail. Sarah Rucker's client.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
3.25 with an APR 3.75.
Sure.
So I shot back. I'm like, did you find this flyer from 2021?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not today's rates. So I called. She gave me permission to call on her behalf as her financial planner. And I just said, hey, I'm trying to get this. The guy started laughing. He's like, yeah, there's 6 points attached to that. I'm like, it doesn't say anywhere here about the 6 points.
Well,
so
isn't Tony just offering his client an option?
An option. And I'm telling our client that this and other listeners that option's horrible. Go ahead.
I agree with Jeremy in that but they have to explain it to you so your option that you understand the option, what it's really costing you.
It's like doing a cash out refi without really doing a cash out refi.
Adding money to the principal is really, again, if they understand it, if they sat down with someone like David and he said, here, look, this is what we can do.
I get it.
And you understand that, that's one thing. But if someone tells you something and you don't
Did the listener even understand what's happening?
Kevin Dobbins is the loan officer that helped Mr. and Mrs. Barney Rubble from Bedrock.
Got it.
That's how you do it, Tony. Explained it to him. She's like, hey, I just got this offer. He looks at it. He's like, this is ridiculous.
Sure.
You're jacking up your loan amount, 33 G's. She's like, what are you talking about? He's like, right here on page 2. Okay, right here. Here's your buy down funds. You're paying by jacking up your loan to save that money. You're adding $10,400. She's like, I didn't know that. He's also charging you 3.5 points over 16 G's to get the rate down that low. She's like, I didn't know that.
Wow.
He didn't explain that to me. So I just wanted to hear, out of respect, Steve, you read every single email that I said.
I did.
I said, I just want to understand your logic. Radio silence, crickets. So this is what's going on out there. We educate all of our listeners. We start every show, Tony, with 38,000 people. That doesn't include the people that aren't listening online, Tony Alvarado. And you've got open access to call into the show at any time to debate anything that I said, which I doubt you will.
Well, it's hard to debate, to be honest. I mean,
there's nothing
kind of
to
black,
debate.
Yeah, it's black and white, right?
Numbers.
It's numbers.
It's numbers. Yeah, it's numbers.
312-981-7200, Tony, anytime you want to call in to explain this.